Have you ever had the frustration of going on a trip, even sometimes just on a weekend, with a lot of motivation to carry on with your routine, try and be as productive as you can, and actually end up not doing any of it? Well, today I'm sharing with you 5 things that I always carry with me to really help me stick to my routine, cultivate my healthy habits, encourage me to remain productive, with one of my goals of being able to perform and be at my best wherever I am. The first thing I take with me is a pair of running shoes. Now, too many times have I gone on holidays with a lot of expectations about, I'm going to do this workout and I'm going to go to the gym and blah, blah, blah. I don't end up doing any of that. When I'm at home, I go to the gym 3 times a week, and I also like to go for one run every week. That's just my routine. But whenever I go somewhere, I feel like I need to carry on with my weightlifting workouts. And so I think to myself, I'm going to do some body weight exercise. Or sometimes I think I'm going to sign up to a local gym just for 1 or 2 sessions. I never do that because you're always caught up in the moment. Usually you have friends over or family. Your room is not really convenient to do any of that. However, when you have a pair of running shoes, you can just fit a t-shirt into one, a shorts into the other pair, and you're ready to go. That's all you need. You can pack it very easily. And I find that it's always easier to just go for a short run, like 30 minutes even is enough to take a breather, be outside of the house for a moment, be on your own. Usually if you're traveling, that's a great opportunity to go and explore the surrounding areas. You can go for a run in the morning if the people in your house are still sleeping. It's just extremely convenient and easy. I've been doing that now when I go on a short weekend trip or just go and visit my parents or something like that. I do regret not having done that on bigger trips when I went to Vietnam, Italy, Japan, because I wish I had gone on a little jog by myself in Tokyo, in Hanoi, just to be on my own, run, explore little streets that you wouldn't take if you're actually visiting places. I just think there was a missed opportunity there. So now I'm always carrying them with me, and that makes sure I can get a workout in, feel great and energized from having exercised, and more importantly, so I don't take a weekend or a week off exercising, because there's nothing worse than going for a full week, maybe sometimes even 2, without exercising. And so when you go back to your regular routine, it feels like you're starting from zero again. The second thing I always take with me is my water bottle. I have found a correlation between moments where I follow my routine and I'm productive and I stick to my diet. And all these things are usually done in moments where I stay hydrated and I drink my water. And I do think that on top of keeping you hydrated, which is very important, the fact of reminding yourself to drink water, I think, is a great reminder to yourself of looking after yourself, of maintaining healthy habits, of boosting your energy. And so on top of the hydration, drinking water just improves every single aspect of your life. You sleep better, work out better, you digest better, you focus better, like everything is better when you are hydrated. And so when you are on a trip, usually you are going out and about, you're doing activities, you're eating, you're doing a lot of things. And if you forget to drink, you underperform for everything. And then you're just trying to catch up your hydration, and it's just going to ruin the moment. So keep a water bottle with you all the time. You'll be good to go. Moving on. The third thing I always take with me is a book. Now, I've talked about that in my video about how to get into reading, but taking a book with you all the time is the best way to get through a book fast. You have so many opportunities throughout the day to just pick up a book and read a few pages, and without realizing it, you're almost finished with the book. The other thing is that when you are traveling, sometimes you're not at home. You are dependent on other people's schedules, and so you have sometimes downtime when you can just sit down and read, so that you don't break the habit of reading, so it keeps being a daily practice of yours. I also find that when I'm traveling, usually For the first few nights, I may struggle to fall asleep because I'm not in my bed. You're not totally comfortable where you are. So when you have a bit of insomnia like I do, it's always better to pick up a book rather than start scrolling on your phone. On that note, I'm throwing in a little bonus object that goes with the book. I've got this little reading lamp that you can just pinch into the book. You can light it up like that. You can change the color if you want. And it's just the best way to read at night. Initially, I had bought it to read in bed and not have too much light so it doesn't bother my girlfriend. Turns out that I actually still use it even when I'm by myself, because you can be in a completely dark room and you just have a little soft light just on your book, and it puts you in a little bubble, which creates a really great reading experience. I remember my best friend used to make fun of me for having bought that, and now he understands that it's actually quite cool and very convenient. And the other thing is that when I'm traveling, sometimes you don't have a bedside table, so it's always great to have a little light option, depending on where you are sleeping. It's also great that gives you a little light if you need to go to the bathroom at night, for instance. You can just pick it up. So yeah, that's a little bonus object for you, but it's true that I always carry it with me when I'm going on a weekend or on holiday. And one last thing about taking a book with you is that on top of remembering the stories or the knowledge you get from the book, you also associate it to the places where you've read it. Like, I can look at my library at home and look at a book and instantly remember where I was when I read it. There are books that I took with me in other countries. There are books that I've been reading in my parents' garden or on the beach. And I think that as a book lover, it gives even more appreciation to your book because it's been traveling with you and it carries with it some memories from the places you've been reading them in. So yeah, I always take a book with me. Best thing you can do. A fourth thing that is perhaps a bit specific to my needs, but it may apply to you as well, is that I've bought myself a laptop that I can take with me everywhere I go. My goal is to be able to work from any places because I'm an entrepreneur. I do most of my work remotely, online, but I think it's frustrating to have all this work set up but still being stuck geographically because you work on a fixed computer and you can't take your work anywhere you go. And so that would lead to two problems. Either I would have to carry my iMac in the big box in the back of my car, which took a lot of space for nothing, or I would just go without my computer with the fear of having something showing up, a client asking me for something and not being able to just quickly do it because I don't have access to my computer. It's also important for me for content creation to be able to have it with me all the time. So I would advise you, depending on your work, to have a laptop that is good enough for what you need it for. If you're a student, you don't need a beast of a laptop, but it's always great to be able to take it wherever you go. If you work from a computer as well, whether it's for your work or it's for a personal project, it's always nice to have it with you so you can express your creativity or work anywhere in the world. I think this is where our generation is leading overall. We all want to work remotely, to have as much freedom as possible. That's certainly what I want. And so getting this laptop was a game changer for me. It just freed my mind and made me realize that now I can work wherever I want, whenever I want, and I really appreciate it. Okay, and last but not least, the fifth thing I always take with me whenever I'm out of my house, and don't get it wrong, but it is discipline. You see, all of these things won't change anything if you don't have a real intention of showing up for yourself, of always trying to improve, always trying to get better every day. And I know that you think that holidays are there to enjoy and appreciate and treat yourself, and that's absolutely true. I absolutely encourage you to drop a few habits here and there, get some tasty food, get that ice cream, drink that beer with your friend, go to bed a bit later that night because you went to do a fun activity with your family. But discipline is very important because we human beings, and our brain especially, is extremely not reliable. And the problem is that usually when we open the door to allowing ourselves for a little treat here and there, very quickly we just think to ourselves, well, since I already did this and that, might as well just go full on and drop all the good habits. And sometimes it goes like this: you allow yourself a beer, and then your friend says, shall we get another one? I'll pay for it. And you'll be like, yeah, okay, if you're paying then of course. And now you're hungry, and so you go to McDonald's, and now you go back home, and now you feel a bit sluggish, and so you sit down in front of TV and start playing video games, and you go to bed at 3 a.m. and you wake up the next day tired with a headache, and you realize that you haven't drunk a single drop of water for the past 24 hours, and now you're trying to catch up on your hydration. And because you're too tired that day, of course you're not going to exercise, and then you're just going to spend the next day trying to catch up on those bad habits, making things worse, enjoying your holidays even less because you're not showing up at your best self. You have low energy, your diet is shit, you've been drinking alcohol, you've been sleeping bad, you're dehydrated, you don't feel satisfied with yourself because you haven't done some work, you haven't done those side projects you said you would. So that's what I mean when I say that you need discipline even when you go on holiday. And that doesn't mean not treating yourself to a few things here and there, but it's very easy to just let go and ruin all the progress you've done so far, not even fully enjoy your holiday because of what I just told you, and then going back to your routine feeling like you have to start from zero. You go back to the gym and you do a light session because I need to get back into it. So hopefully these 5 tips will help you make the most out of it, allow you to stick to your routine even when you're away, show up for yourself, continually improving, and more importantly, allowing you a lifestyle of freedom where you can work, exercise, learn, create, socialize, make money, and just continuously improve yourself wherever you are. If you have a specific thing that you do to do all these things, then leave it in the comments. I'd be very curious to read it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.